Hey YouTube friends, my name is Prince and I am an urban acolyte. And in this video, I want to talk about the Supreme Leader Snoke identity theories that are floating all over YouTube and the internet. So there's this one Snoke theory where Snoke is supposed to be Darth Plagueis. There's the one where Snoke is Boba Fett, or the newest one where Snoke is Mace Windu. And I'm sure next month there'll be some new ridiculous Snoke theory that'll go viral and cause fans to forget everything that actually is canon. Now, if I had to name one Snoke identity fan theory that interests me the most, I would have to say it's the one where people thought that Snoke might be the last son of Mortis from the Mortis arcs in season 3 of the Clone Wars. Now, I'm not saying that Snoke is the son. I mean, the daughter and the son were both immortal, but their immortality was tied to their father. And the father sacrificed his life so that Anakin could defeat the son and restore balance on Mortis. So the son died in that arc, so therefore Snoke can't be the son. But in the Overlords episode, the father told Anakin that they're called Force Wielders and few knew of their existence, and they can manipulate the Force like no one else. Now, because very few knew of the existence of the Force Wielders, then we don't actually know if any other Force Wielders exist besides the family of the ones on Mortis. Now, we know that Anakin is the chosen one of the prophecy of Mortis, and in the Book of the Sith, and that book's not canon, Darth Plagueis wrote that the Jedi believed the Chosen One would prevent these Force gods on Mortis from tearing the galaxy apart. And even though Plagueis' writings in that book aren't canon, Anakin actually does fulfill that prophecy during the Mortis arc on the Clone Wars, and that is canon. So here's the question. Could Anakin be a Force wielder who just didn't reach his full potential? I mean, if it's possible that Anakin was born a Force wielder, is it also possible that other beings in the galaxy might also be Force wielders or have the potential to become a Force wielder? Now, in the Life Debt novel, we learn of a sort of prophecy from the Eremite community that resided on Jakku 30 years prior to the events in The Force Awakens. And in the epilogue of the book, Palpatine mentions that Jakku was once an important place 1,000 years ago. And this sort of coincides with this Anchorite's community's belief that Jakku was once a paradise when the consecrated Eremite resided on Jakku. Now, Palpatine excavated the site where the Anchorites believed the Eremite lived, and Rey wrote in her survival guide that the scavengers on Jakku believe that there's an underground Imperial base at that location, just beyond the Carbon Ridge. Now, I want to turn your attention back to the Eremite. Now, my question is about the identity and the whereabouts of this individual. Perhaps the Eremite somehow realized their full potential and they became a Force wielder. Also, I have reasons to believe that Jakku was once rich in kyber crystals, and we do know that the First Order found a large quantity of kyber crystals somewhere in the unknown regions of space. What if the Eremite performed some kind of ritual like the one Plagueis discovered on his search to become immortal? Maybe Palpatine was seeking kyber crystals for that ritual in addition to weaponizing the Death Star. What we know is that the dark side ritual Palpatine was going to attempt would give someone the ability to reshape reality and grant them near immortality, much like what we saw with the family of the Ones on Mortis. So it appears that there may be ways to become a Force wielder besides being born as one. So again, I'm not saying that Snoke is the son from the Mortis arc, and I'm not completely sure that Snoke is the Eremite mentioned in Life Debt. I just think it's strange that the First Order has a large supply of kyber crystals, and the story and aftermath and the characters in The Force Awakens have all these connections going back to Jakku. So I'm going to leave this question with all of you. Do you think that someone discovered how to become a Force wielder and that this person became Supreme Leader Snoke? I mean, the appearance of the Ones is supposed to reflect the life force around them, and if the First Order rose from the dark side, it could account for why Snoke looks like he's been ravaged by the dark side. But what do you all think? So leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click on the subscribe button so that you can take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. In my next video, I'll be reviewing the Holocrons of Fate episode of Star Wars Rebels. Well, that's all I've got for now. Thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the Force be with you, always.